What up? Hello everyone. Welcome to Find Your Weird. I'm Patrick Galactic, and I'll be your little guide through this hour of serendipity and strangeness. Got a good crew in the chat already. That's sorry, I got a piece of nicotine gum in my mouth here that got real juicy right as I started talking. So anyway, got a good group in the chat here. Alex F and V and Dartone, lifelong rivals. At least the lifetime of Weirded Night long rivals. So always happy to have a bit of Discord here in the chat tonight. Alex is already up to no good. Says, I'll end him. Dartone was teaching children how to play with knives earlier in the day, which that's not even surprising to me. I mean, not even remotely surprising to me. But very happy to be with you tonight. I gotta say, I went for a run today and my whole body hurts a lot. I hurt a lot right now, friends. My body is very, very sore. But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this from 10 to 11 p.m. Pacific tonight. We have quite a lot to discuss, to ingest, and to watch. But the most important part of Find Your Weird is the community. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm here to hang. I always have stuff for us to watch and talk about, but this can go anywhere. We can look stuff up together. We can let the chat guide the flow. There's no script to Find Your Weird. Does anyone have a topic that they've always wanted to know more about, but you're too lazy? Want me to do it? At me in the chat. Give me something to look into. That's not going to get us suspended. Naomi Bailey Faomi is in the chat. Says, peace, love, and possums. I'll take it. That's excellent. Good to have you with us, Naomi. So what's new, everybody? What you been up to? For me, let's see. I went to a birthday party for my 3-year-old cousin's kid. I don't know what that even makes us. Is she my cousin? Is she my cousin once removed? I don't know how these things work. So anyway, went with Better Kitty Meow and her kiddo to meet my cousin's kiddo, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of unicorns. Little children are into unicorns in a really big way, and I guess I wasn't always aware of that, but now I am. Now I'm very, very aware of that. Dartone III says, you have to teach kids about knives if you want to teach them about fishing and gutting dish, which I assume was meant to mean fish. Gutting fish, not my favorite thing. I've done it one time in my life. Actually, with my cousin's parent that I was just at that party with. When I was a child, I had to watch fish be gutted. It was horrific. I hated every second of it. And I've really never gone fishing in any serious way ever since. Naomi Baomi Family says, slogging through website work today. Not really fun, but good to finally stop avoiding it. Believe me, I understand that, Naomi Baomi Faomi. Believe me, I understand that. I have my own website. I have multiple websites that I maintenance, and all of them need a bunch of work, and I haven't done any of it because it's not like it's terrible work. It's just not, it's not like the most fun work in the world because it can get, very monotonous. Like, I gotta move this picture and make the text appear next to it in this very specific way. So I understand. Alex Evan V says, they're your cousin once removed, FYI. Thank you, cousin. Alex is my cousin as well. Lots of cousin talk in this very beginning of Find Your Weird tonight, which is weird, and that's what we're here to do, friends. Tonight, I got a Juan review for you. I got a music video from Talia that we showed one time on Weird at Night that I think is a really good song. We got a bit from Weird at Night that you may have forgotten about because it aired a year and a half ago. And I can play some music for you. I got questions for us to discuss. We got a lot of fun coming up. But first off, we got a quote, and it's not from Kurt Vonnegut this time. No. I got two people I get quotes from now. It's from Winston Churchill. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. Once again, success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. Look, we live in a world that'll tell you failure's not an option. People, celebrities like The Rock or whoever will get on TV and say, I made it so that failure wasn't an option. But that's bullshit. Anyone who's ever gotten anywhere has failed multiple times. And you know what? Really what they did is they picked their happy ass back up off the ground and they got back to work and learned how to do what they were doing better than they knew how to do it when they started. Okay? Failure is just a scientific part of the process. If you attach a bunch of emotion to failure, then it becomes this really horrific thing that you experienced, and how could you have failed? But it happens all the time. Look at sports. I mean, we literally live for the moments in sports where people fail, but they don't just retire after they fail. They get up and they do another play or throw another pitch or shoot a ball at a thing. They do that. That's what they do. So yes. Naomi Family says, yes, exactly. Not difficult work, but excruciating in a special, easy, boring kind of way. In a special, easy, boring kind of way. Naomi, you're already our candidate for quote of the night. So thank you. Well, we did have a bunch of fun on Weird at Night this last Saturday. And it went a little something like this. I welcome you to this collection of the glorious and absurd.
Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed.
I wish I was a doll.
Thaveron is the master of bedroom balladry. Stupid Whitney. Always going to Dollland, and I haven't even been there one time. Fury! But something we all get to do is learn.
In 2008, for the first time, a phonautograph recording was played back as sound.
A fun time making sunshine on a stick.
In a world where a three-headed doppelganger of yourself is chasing you to your Jurassic demise, so you flee by train.
And also, it appears we have some kind of immortal, maybe a Highlander or a vampire in the chat named Spaceship Trucker.
Just forget it, it's whatever.
Hello, and welcome to Nanamucho's Newsy News. That's new.
Stay evil. Stay evil.
There was a time when my world was filled with darkness.
We're motoring through the motorway of absurdity and abstraction, and we got a lot to dig up on the motorway, huh?
The Barefoot Messiah is Dawn from Dawn's Long Gone Lawns.
Don't you see what this means, Pops? We've got a suspect. Dawn. I should have known. He's been through this prison many times for buying and selling LSD.
Steve is clearly a scrub and a total uggo. And Tony Japan, lying bastard that he appears to be, is pretty fucking hot. If you get dirt in your Purell, put more Purell in it. And I think that should take care of everything.
Theremin also got involved in espionage and reported back to Moscow on industrial patents that were currently pending.
Shitty's Pizza. The hospital is right next door. Whatever comes into your mind is what I just said, but it felt like a parrot ate a carrot in my heart.
You give love, you give light. Just being weird at night.
Well, that was Weird at Night 225. We got episode 226 coming at you this Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific. That's when we air stuff on Weird at Night. It's Tuesdays and Saturdays at 10 p.m. Pacific. If you're watching this stream and you're new, or you're watching it after the fact and you're new, come join us live. Make sure you follow our channel. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube because you can see our complete archives if you're confused by some of our stories. I can't promise that watching the archives will make them any clearer, but but you can see how much fun we've been having doing this for quite some time. Matty O'Shea says suggested DJ Stress TV to raid after the show tonight. Sounds good to me. Speaking of failure, this is one small failure of mine that I, Matty O'Shea has actually been great at pointing out to me is on Twitch, it's generally considered good etiquette to raid after your show, and I always forget to do that. Not because I don't want to, it's just I have been doing this for 2.5 years. I've been on this app, website, whatever, and I still am learning so many things, but I failed to raid after the last episode, and so I'm trying to correct that. So we will raid DJ Stress TV after the show tonight. Appreciate the feedback I get from the community. Help me be better, because I'm certainly far from perfect. So I do appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, Matty O'Shea. I got a question for you. What kids movie scarred you for life? Or a movie that you saw as a child scarred you for life? For me, fucking Pinocchio. The animated Pinocchio from 1940. And specifically, the scene on Pleasure Island, all right? This movie was terrifying. Terrifying. Okay? It's a scene where Pinocchio, just everything about the scene scared the shit out of me. I wanted to be a good kid myself, right? And you're watching Pinocchio, as the audience, that's who you're identifying with. And he's so easily corrupted by his buddy Lampwick, who's clearly a piece of shit. Okay? And he's led astray to this island called Pleasure Island with this terrifying stagecoach that you can tell this dude's up to no good. He's driving this stagecoach full of young boys. All right, they all end up turning into fucking donkeys after smoking cigars and drinking booze. And the stagecoach motherfucker strikes fear into my heart. Even now. I mean, that's a deep, deep trauma that this movie inspired. But yes, an animated film, Pinocchio from 1940, scared the living shit out of me. Matty O'Shea says, Watership Down. Watership Down. I'm not familiar with Watership Down. Matty, can you elaborate? What in that movie scarred you for life? I would love to hear. Alex F&V says, Land Before Time didn't have to go that hard. Alex, are we talking about the emotional turmoil of that movie? Are we talking about the sadness in that movie? Because I do remember it being pretty sad at certain points. I'm going to leave this question up, and I will leave all the questions up as I ask them tonight, so that you guys can weigh in. Matty O'Shea says it's about bunnies, and a lot of them die. It's really sad. I am so glad I did not see this movie. Look, animals dying, even as an adult, that shit fucks with me. Okay, that bores a hole through my entire heart. Okay, is when animals die. Like in 4th grade, they made us watch Old Yeller in class. Holy shit. Talk about another movie that just totally scarred me for life. You know, you love an animal and somehow the right thing to do is to fucking shoot them in the back of the barn because they have rabies. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God. Talk about going hard. Old Yeller went really, really hard. Better Kitty Meow says, read the book and agree. And Matty O'Shea adds, it's an 80s movie. So I will never see the movie, but I will read more about it. Thank you, Matty O'Shea. I really do appreciate that. Naomi Bayomi says, the bunnies die in the story in service to a lot of social and political commentary. Well, this sounded really interesting now. Not going to watch it. I promise you, as a 42-year-old man, I will still cry. I will still be scarred for life. But, yes. Dartone the Third says, for me, Bambi messed me up. That dear dad died like a bitch. It was obviously an even fight. Throw those Dartone emotes in the chat, everyone. I'm going to right now. There's nobody with a take quite like Dartone the Third, folks. But yeah, Bambi messed me up big time. I think it might have been the first movie I saw in a movie theater, and I distinctly recall being in the theater, and Bambi's mom gets shot off screen, and as it's becoming clear that Bambi's mom was assassinated in this movie, I let out this like guttural primal scream. Like, it was terrible. Terrible when Bambi's mom got shot. Horrible. Yes, that's another movie that left a big mark on me as a kid. Holy shit. Yeah, if not Pinocchio, it would be Bambi. What about you, Better Kitty Meow? Is there a movie that left a mark on you? We've never talked about this before, so I would love to hear your answer. If you have one, no pressure, anybody. Don't mean to call people out, but I just did, sorry. All right, so, yeah. Are you guys feeling like kind of expressive right now? Because what if we did like a few of these tonight? Huh? We want to do an auto write? Huh? Just to get things going, get everybody in a creative space? What do you say? Let's try it. Okay, so what's an auto write? An auto write is the tool of the Surrealists where we essentially, I approximate that by counting back from 10 as I do, try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. When I say go, everybody starts tippity typing for about 30 or 45 seconds, and then I'll say stop. When I say stop, you hit return or enter, everybody's auto write shows up. We'll do one now, and we'll do one at the end. And maybe we can just unload a little bit of our self-conscious. What am I talking about? All right. Once again, I'm going to count down from 10. As I do, try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. When I say go for 30 or 45 seconds, type whatever comes into your head. Don't spell correct or edit. And then at the end, I'll say stop. You hit enter or return on your keyboard. Yes, we are doing 2 auto writes tonight, Matty O'Shea. And it is Christmas, baby. It's Christmas before Thanksgiving. We're doing it. So you hit enter or return. I read everybody's auto writes out loud, and then we get going. Okay? How about we do that? All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Start typing. And stop. All right. So mine kind of ended up, being a little more serious than they often are. There was a time when my world was filled with darkness, darkness, darkness. It's sometimes still like that, but there is this knowing that keeps me from falling over the edge. A stillness in my being that says sadness, grief, loss are a part of the deal, just no one's favorite part. It says, I will persist, I will survive. I'm not afraid to die, I'm afraid to live in fear. But I am less afraid today than yesterday. Matty O'Shea, wow, just wow, I can't believe I am doing this again. This is the warm-up, I'm in the bullpen, getting my pitches and other balls ready for WAN, going to have a good time here. Going to get a beer after this. Holy shit. Well said, sir. Alex F&V, given the fact that there's monsters in the floorboards, you think you'd be more careful when you're going to the bathroom. Don't trip, dragons are waiting. Fire, 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 burn it into the stone bowl of acid. And then tell me you got home okay because it's dangerous out there. Okay? Okay. Now listen, Drops of Jupiter is a perfect song and I will not be taking questions. Avril Lavigne didn't need to be that way, but she was. Why? Very, very good, Alex FMV. Naomi Baomi Faomi. Whither, oh whither is the weather wonderball? I need in the winter and also in the fall. Roll it over to me if you're the one getting this call. Beautiful. Very nice, Naomi Baomi Faomi. Better Kitty Meow. I'm still trying to figure out the movie question and I can't remember clearly, but there was something on TV about two little girls who were friends and one gets turned into a doll and it terrified me and somehow it made me put my hands under pillows. Well done, Better Kitty Meow. Dartone the Third, Bambi was fucking Old Yeller. He didn't have rabies. He had a mouthful of dear jizz. Speaking of jizz, how is that the cure to a curse for Sleeping Beauty? Look up the fairy tale. It gets weird. What gets me is the source material for my fave Disney movie is fucked. I mean, ew. Well done, everyone. Well done. Oh, that was fun doing it a little in a little different spot. Naomi Baomi Faomi had said before we started the auto write, when I was a kid, it was still so expensive to buy VCRs that you could rent a VCR at the video rental place, and the only channel we got was the local PBS station, so I was spared from a lot of movie watching. Also, when I was a kid, VHS was really intended for movie rental places. It wasn't intended for home consumers. So like when a VHS would come out, it'd be like $115. My dad loves Field of Dreams. He loves that movie. He is a huge baseball fan with daddy issues, as every baseball fan seems to be. And he went and saw that movie in the theater like more than 5 times. I'm not kidding. Like a bunch of times. And I remember when the movie came out, this is like 1989. It wasn't like that new. And I remember him asking the guy at the video rental place how much a VHS copy of the movie would be. And he said, $120. In 1989, that's literally, that'd be almost $300 now or something like that. Crazy. Crazy. So as you can see on the screen, anybody who's new, the first question I asked is, what kids movie scarred you for life as a child? It really could be any movie that you saw as a kid. It doesn't have to be a kids movie. I got another question for you. Another one. And that is this. If you could be a movie character, for a single movie character, you get to pick one, who would it be? Who would it be? Which movie character do you personally identify with the most? Here's mine. Is it really that surprising? Willy Wonka, 100%, no others even come close, okay? I saw this movie for the first time when I was like 3 or 4. And to this day, it is probably in my top 5 favorite movies. Okay, I fucking love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The original one. Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. No Johnny Depp shit, okay? I didn't like that movie. I know it was truer to the book, the Tim Burton one, and I don't care. Okay? Shit was done. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one that I love, was literally financed by a chocolate company for $1 million to sell more candy bars. It was made for all the wrong reasons. And yet somehow it ended up completely perfect. And with Willy Wonka, as a performer myself, there's this delicate line of madness, dour sarcasm, and supreme vulnerability that the character moves between throughout the entire movie that brings me this special joy. He is this very dimensional character. Plus, I like making people happy. And as I've gotten older, I realize that making people happy isn't as easy as it seems. And it can take a toll sometimes, which is also shown in this movie. A very, like I said, three-dimensional character. There's a lot going on here. But I would be Willy Wonka. So let's see who else we got. Alex F&B. I would be Harriet the Spy. I've never seen that movie. Tell me more, Alex. What do you relate to about Harriet the Spy? I will read it on the screen. Matty O'Shea says I have to think about this one. Looks like he did. Dartone III says, stop asking dumb questions. Everyone's going to say Conan the Barbarian. Hey, dude, when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure Conan the Barbarian would have been pretty high up on my list, too. Okay? I was super into those kind of barbarian type characters like He-Man, like Lionel from the Thundercats, all that stuff. I was really into that kind of warrior type character. So yeah, Conan the Barbarian, I saw it as a kid and thought it was really, really cool. Naomi Bayomi asks, is something different going on with the background music tonight? Or am I weirdly hyper-focusing on it? That is certainly possible. Hold on. No, there is not. Not that I'm aware of. So I can't hear the actual stream, but I can hear what I'm sending to the stream, and it's totally normal. So, thank you. Let's see. Matty O'Shea says, Buckaroo Banzai. I have not seen this movie either. Can you guys tell me more about it? Please, please, please. Naomi Bayomi Family says, thumbs up on Willy Wonka. Dartone says, oh my god, I had the biggest crush on her growing up, talking to Alex F&V about Harriet the Spy. Better Kitty Meow says, also didn't see the movie, but loved the book. I'm totally in the dark here, friends. Alex then adds, Harriet the Spy was a little girl who would go around her neighborhood spying on people and writing it down in her journal. And she had all these little gadgets, and it was the best. And I tried to be a spy, just like her. Very cool. Very cool. Matty O'Shea, I apologize, says, what kind of 80s kid are you? Well, I was born in 1980, so I was alive for all but 2 months of the 80s. I was definitely super into He-Man, super into the Smurfs, super into Transformers, Voltron, all that stuff. Loved Goonies, loved... I started watching MTV when I was really young, like 6, 7 years old. So I kind of got into hair metal kind of towards the end of it, and thought that was super duper cool because that's what, older people that I knew were watching. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of it. That's kind of a bit of, I wasn't into like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was a little, I don't know, that was more my brother's thing. He was 3 years younger than me. And so I didn't feel the same connection to that stuff. Alex F&V says, I was into TMNT. Not a surprise, you were the exact right age. Matty O'Shea says, unfollows. What can I do, friends? What can I do? Well, maybe what I could do is play you guys a song. What do you say? So now something will be happening in the music. I will be turning it off so I can play some tunes. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. All right. I'm going to take Willy Wonka off the screen here. Actually, let's do this in hell. Yeah. That's better. That's better. All right. This song is called Pull the Pin, and it was on my very first EP that I put out. It's on Bandcamp. I will drop the link to that if you want to go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on all the streaming stuff. So help yourselves if you feel inclined. Blood and bone, lit to the country road of all our greatest hopes. Faded sin, the answers lay within. Pull the pin, lay down, way down, far beyond this hallowed ground. I never loved you the way I do now. Way down, far beyond this battleground. I never loved you the way I do, way I do. I don't wanna be yours, I'm all mine. I could never be sure, I'm surely feeling fine today. 'Cause everybody's safe. I could never be yours, I'm all mine. I don't wanna be pure, I'm purely feeling fine today. 'Cause everybody's safe. 'Cause everybody's safe. There's a long pause here, so maybe imagine like a Phil Collins drum fill. Way down, far beyond this hallowed ground. I never loved you the way I do now. Lord alone. Way down, far beyond this battleground. I never loved you the way I do, way I do. I don't wanna be yours, I'm all mine. I could never be sure, I'm surely feeling fine today. 'Cause everybody's safe. I could never be yours, I'm all mine. I don't wanna be pure, I'm purely feeling fine today. 'Cause everybody's safe. 'Cause everybody's safe. Is everybody's safe. 'Cause everybody's safe. That song is called Pull the Pin, and it is on my debut EP, Running from the Sun, so check it out when you have a sec. Let's see what we got here, what we got going on in the chat. Hopefully we didn't lose Matty O'Shea after I said I wasn't a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy. Okay. Dartone the Third says, TMNT would whoop your ass sideways. Also, why is it always worse sideways, Weirded Night? I got my ass whooped vertical and it sucked just as bad. Dartone, those are very valid questions. Yeah, I don't know why it's considered sideways is worse somehow. But yeah, no, it's definitely, you know, like The Rock in WWF back in the day would say, like, I'll shine my boot up real nice and stick it up your ass sideways, or whatever he used to say. And yeah, it was always sideways. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just less natural. I don't know. Naomi Bayomi Fayomi says, okay, when I was in 7th grade, my hero was Chris Parker, the character played by Elizabeth Sue in Adventures in Babysitting, but I wouldn't want to be her now. Ha. I loved Adventures in Babysitting when I was a kid. The line where they're on the train and there's these like gang dudes on the train, and this one gang dude has a knife, and he's like, "Don't fuck with the lords of hell." And then she goes, "Don't fuck with the babysitter." Killed me. Absolutely killed me. It was that's an amazing 80s movie that seems to be a little bit lost to history. I don't know why, but, you know, I don't know if it's even watchable, honestly, but That was a movie that I loved when I was a kid, for sure. Matty O'Shea says, Thor. Are we talking about movie characters that we relate to still, I assume? Yes. I think Thor is awesome. I think Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, is literally perfect for the role and has absolutely kicked ass at that job. He's a much better actor than he gets credit for. Euphony of the Month asks the question everybody probably wants to know. What are we doing here, eh? Good question. What are we ever doing? Euphony of the Month. We, let me get back to this screen. Yes. I have some questions on the screen that we've already been talking about, Euphony. So please feel free. Make sure you at me in the chat. But weigh in. What movie scarred you as a kid? And if you could be a movie character, which one would you choose? You can only choose one. Naomi says, yes, thanks for the adventures and babysitting moment. Of course. Dartone the Third asks, what are your thoughts on the movie Legend with Tim Curry? Tom Cruise is in it, but is just the side piece. Legend is cool. I really like that movie, but Tim Curry particularly rules in Legend. I am a huge fan of Tim Curry. The man just inhabits whatever it is he's doing. And Legend, Rocky Horror, and Clue are all incredible films where he particularly is incredible in each of them. Matty O'Shea says Thor was in Adventures in Babysitting, so here I am going off about Marvel, and it didn't even make any sense with relation. But, that's just what we do here, friends. That's just what we do here. We talk without thinking, and then realize later that what we were saying was unnecessary. That is the Patrick Galactic way. What can I say? Well, coming up right now, we have a video from an artist called Talia featuring Noah. This song is called Need 3. We featured it on Weird at Night quite some time back. But as I like to do on these shows, I like to go back and revisit these things because we only get to show them once and then we never see them again. So again, this song is called Need 3 by Talia.
To the
Damn. Great shit from Talia and Noah. That was called Need 3. Such a smooth track. You can pick it up on Bandcamp. I dropped the link to that track directly in the chat. So if you want to pick that up and show some love, we would much appreciate that. Thank you all. You're all so supportive of the artists we have here on the show. Talia is absolutely worth it. So please, make sure you do that. Euphony of the Month referenced a movie, child movie that scarred him. When Artax died in Neverending Story, a part of me also died. The horse in Neverending Story, Artax, oh my God. Such a heartbreaker, such a tearjerker. I don't know why, in the 80s especially, they felt that was some way to emotionally really crush a kid was really important for a good family movie, was to make sure that an animal died at some point, just to fucking absolutely devastate whoever was watching it. And I'm sure a lot of the parents were devastated too. But thank you, Euphony of the Month. Thank you for that. And this has been, it's nice to be small sometimes. But let's get back to normal size. We have more questions. So let me ask you another one. What's another one? Okay. All right. What's your major pet peeve? What is a major pet peeve of yours? And I'm going to say mine, and some of you might think I'm kind of a dick. And that's fine. That's fine. Oh, Matty O'Shea says, when Optimus Prime died in the Transformers movie. What the fuck? What? You killed Optimus Prime? You killed Optimus Prime! Like, who wrote this shit? That was the dumbest shit I ever saw, and it made me really angry and sad all at the same time. I'm over it. Mostly. So one major pet peeve of mine. When people don't say thanks when I hold the door for them, okay? It shouldn't be that big a deal, right? Like, sometimes things are just moving fast. I get that. So I'm not saying every time. But like, when I waited like some extra time, just say thank you. When they don't, I want to stop them, make them walk back through the door the other way and slam that shit in their face. Seems rational. Matty O'Shea points out, Optimus Prime dies in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like, whose favorite Transformer wasn't Optimus Prime? This is a pet peeve. This is a pet peeve too. My other pet peeve, and this might annoy, you guys might turn on me for this one. People who don't plan things. I know it's not necessarily super popular to be a big planner, but I have a lot going on, so I have to, okay? I am friends with a ton of musicians and artists, and they are kind of famous for not planning ahead and almost always being very late. Being late is infuriating to me. I'm usually terrified I'm going to be late and end up being 10 minutes early. Then I end up waiting for like 30 or 40 minutes for the person I thought I was going to be late and terrified I was going to be late. It inspires deep, horrible thoughts inside of me. I become a monster in my thoughts. This is less maybe a pet peeve than like a psychotic hatred, but still, be on time. Let's see. Naomi Fayomi, pet peeve, sound of anyone eating cold cereal except myself. I would so love to not care about this. The sound of someone eating cold cereal. That is very interesting, Naomi. My mom, when I was a kid and I would eat a popsicle, if my teeth would make contact with the wooden stick of the popsicle, it would like drive her insane. It really, really bothered her. And I could be like down the hall and she would hear me do it still. She'd be like, "Don't bite the stick." Yes. Darton the Third says, I know it was fucked up when Optimus Prime died. Like the scene was way too short for me to finish. Alex FMV, I'm late all the time unless it's work, and I will text you every 10 minutes about how I'm almost there when I'm not. Well, you'd fit right in with the rest, with the vast majority of people that I know, Alex. Thank you very much. Thank you. Euphony of the Month says, people glued to their phone when we're hanging out. Very much agreed on that one, Euphony. It's such a bummer that I'm not sure that it's like everybody just accepts this, but it is pretty accepted now that people just can kind of like look at their phone whenever and just kind of, you know, like in the middle of a conversation. You know who used to be really bad about that? Me. I used to be really bad about that. I used to be completely addicted and cracked out on my phone whenever it was near me. And people literally told me I was bumming them out or I was pissing them off because I would be looking at my phone while they're talking to me or trying to tell me something. And I made a concerted effort to change that. But yeah, it's a real bummer when people can't like just connect in person for some small amount of time. Alex FV says, you missed my pet peeve, you dick. I love you, cousin. Alex F&V's pet peeve, when people hit their teeth with the silverware. Maybe this is some kind of genetic thing, because that's not too far off from my mom's. But yes, the sound of silver smacking somebody's teeth, it's not a pleasant tone. I can go with you on that. Unity of the month. Okay, I read that one. Oh, at Matty O'Shea. People not reloading the TP after the roll is finished. Yes, very annoying, because the next person isn't going to notice that till they need to grab it. And by then, it's like, now I have to like figure out how to get up and get the... Oh, come on, man. Come on. You're really putting people in a... You're really putting people in a bad situation. Oh, this is a good one. Matty O'Shea says, I call them out. Do you know how rude it is to be on your phone right now? That drives me nuts. Same. It's just really fucking rude. My roommate, actually, the Razor Sharp, has called me out for that before, where I got a text and started reading it while he was talking to me. What an asshole I was being. So yeah. I had said somewhat similar to my mom's for Alex's, and she says, ha ha ha, that's why it was important for you to read it. Dartone III, I'm terrified to read this. I actually can't stand passive aggressive. I am Irish. Just say that you aren't into a conversation. Don't let me go on for 30, 50, or 3 hours, then get mad and blow up. So Dartone's just going off for 3 hours uninterrupted, and then the person says, you know, it's really annoying how you've gone off for three hours. I haven't had that same experience, Dartone. I can't say I'm totally surprised you have. All right. So I think we've gotten through some pet peeves. I feel like we're all learning a lot more about each other. Dartone follows up and says, I will talk about history forever. And, Dartone and I have talked on the phone many times. And I have to say, I think our average conversation is at least an hour and a half. We have a very easy time talking to each other. So this sounds very true to me. And with Dartone, you never really know. So I can vouch for this one. Now, we're going to watch a bit from Weird at Night from a year and a half ago that Blazing Space and I made. And this is a bit where our intrepid shoe detective, Steve Germany, who at that time was in the real world and was not animated, in Blazing Space, after having an very uneasy relationship with a lot more in store, finally tried to make some peace and go do something fun together. A shopping spree.
It's been a while since we last met. But I know you're still out there.
Weird at Night, what's up? The time has come for me to celebrate with Steve Germany finally getting rid of his stupid motherfucking brother, Ryan Bryan. And we're gonna celebrate the best way to do in the United States, a capitalistic consumer shopping spree. You ready to go? Oh my God, is that what you're wearing? What? Jesus, take that hat off. Half the people that watch that show don't even listen to facts. What? Here, put this on instead. Yeah, throw that on. Okay. Looks great. Let's go.
God, that's a keeper.
Let's see what you get. Come on, it's my real style. We can tell a hot dress. Come on, it's my real style. And you say, you say, go, you gotta say.
Oh, with the jacket. This is great. We're gonna get all of these. No, put them in the bag. We got enough money. No, seriously, bag them all up. You were looking at those shoes too, Steve, right? Yeah. Honey, that entire row of shoes. Yeah, we'll take all of them.
That shoe place was amazing. Can't wait to go back there. So many for little Stevie.
Are you done? Oh, you're still in the shoe section? Okay. Oh, wait, no. Take your time. Take your time. Get as many pairs as you want. Shopping spree. I already left my stuff in the car, but I'll bring in the rest of your stuff. Oh, thanks. Thought that lady was gonna pass out when she saw the total, but we got the money.
Yeah, right.
Capitalism. What do you think? Pretty dope, right?
It's wonderful. Thanks for telling me about OnlyFans. Be able to raise some more money.
Yeah, whatever. So, Steve, I know you were telling me that the only thing else I haven't figured out about humanity is brunch. And so I just thought, as your guy here, maybe I'll take you out to brunch tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so you just pass out, get all the rest you need, and I'll call you in the morning and we'll go get some brunch.
Okay.
Yeah, word.
asleep. Initiate Operation Shoelace. What the fuck are you doing? Yes, Shoelace. We agreed Operation Shoelace. It was a 2-to-1 vote. Oh my god, you're still at the gym. I'll take it number 2. Whichever one has the chicken nuggets. Just get here. It's time.
Well, Blazing Space and Steve Germany had a good time, but there was a lot of mischief that followed that good time. It was part of a nefarious plot, in fact, by Blazing Space, Dartone III, and somebody I can't remember right now, to get Steve Germany recruited into what became known as RAQAnon. And we can certainly review that history, but if you want to see it for yourself, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't already. Our archives are there. They aren't 100% complete, but they are pretty close. Actually, not close at all. But that is a project that is ongoing. It's ongoing. All right, so we're going to wrap things up tonight with an auto write before we go raid DJ Stress TV. And we already did one of these earlier in the show. But we got one more comment. Euphony of the Month asked, how many pairs of shoes does Steve Germany own? Now look, Euphony, I don't know Steve personally, okay? We have had very limited involvement. However, I only ever hear him talking about his Gucci's. I've never even heard him reference a second pair of shoes that he has. And as he has stated that he is a person very devoutly devoted to wearing shoes at all times, I kind of think he only has the one pair of Gucci's and he's just very devoted to them. Very devoted to them. So that's what I think. That's what I think. All right. We're going to do another auto write. I doubt anybody needs me to explain this too much, but I will just for the purpose of being kind. I'm going to count back from 10 as I do try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. When I say go, you start tippity typing whatever comes into your mind. Don't spell correct. Don't edit. Don't try to sound smart. Everyone will know. After about 30 or 45 seconds, I'll say stop. We'll all hit enter or return. And then credits roll. We're going to go watch DJ Stress TV. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Start typing. All right, and stop. I just dropped mine into the chat. I'll start reading that while we wait for more. Tippity tippity, the drippity drippity said to the hob-nosed man goblin, built of gasoline entrails and diddly dees. It's for the people, he said to himself, that I do these terrible things. But he spoke through a beak in his neck that was not at all related to his nose, and then he put on a pair of Gucci shoes and walked into the ocean, never to be heard from again. It's weird, this world. Very odd, indeed. Euphony of the month. Beer bottle on the side of the highway, half full, but half full of what? Beer? Urine? In H2O? Only one way to find out, yeah? Want a sip? No, I don't, Euphony of the month, but thank you very much. Excellent auto write, my friend. Dartone the Third, a lot of the stars are blocked tonight, but the light reflects of the light in such a beautiful way, I don't care. I am seeing imagines in such a beautiful way that will only be seen by me. Maybe not seen by me, but remembered by me. That's beautiful, Dartone. That's maybe one of the more beautiful things you've ever said. Alex FB, like I was saying, go to the doctor and extract the dum-dums from the atmosphere. It's a requirement by law, but also required by law. Eat fruit snacks daily and don't ever look back. But if you must look back, just know you'll turn into a pillar of salt. So it goes. Like Donkey Kong! I never really played that game, just didn't have access. Not my fault. Toad is the best at Mario Kart. Bye. Thank you, Alex FMV. Matty O'Shea, let's go and drive into the snow. Roll down the windows and let the cool, clean air in. Take it in. Take a deep breath and see the fog. Feel the cold in your body, just drive. Naomi Baomi Faomi. Seriously, sometimes I hyper-focus on audio and I literally can't think my own thoughts. This is probably related to me drawing to music. Very possibly. Thank you, Naomi Baomi family. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Better kitty, meow. Sometimes I need to get my feet moving, to get my brain moving, to get my heart beating, to get my soul shifting, to get myself somewhere past where I would get stuck. Very good auto ride. Better kitty, meow. Thank you, my love. All right. Well, it's time for us to blast the fuck off, friends. This has been a ton of fun. We're gonna raid DJ Stress TV, so if you want to be a part of that, stick around. I'm about to roll the credits, but join us this Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific for another edition, episode 226 of Weird at Night. Ta-ta.